Hi. Coming to you, after the sudden break of news about Bobbi Kristina. Oh, I am really, just like, whew. Um, just, trying to get stuff together and, handling my own end. Um, I spoke on Monday's show about the topic of that show was Umpire R&B Divas and the Whitney Houston biopic. And the breaking news has been that Bobbi Kristina was found unresponsive in a tub, and as we recall, that is how her mother passed, coming up to 3 years of the date. Um, I also did an article after her death, Valuable Time of Celebrity. Um, well, it was a few months afterwards. She wasn't the only one. She ain't the only one that is going this trail, or you know, the whole everybody know the witness stuff. Hey, now someone did tell me last year. No, yeah, they did tell me last year that they didn't know that Whitney Houston was dead. Um, so, but if you definitely know what, you go to the grocery store, you read the headline topics. It's like how you. But now if you go to Trader Joe's, they don't have tabloids. Nor do local, like stores that don't have a name. You know what I mean? Like they're not, I guess what you call corporate chains or something. They usually don't have um, that. Like at the when you're in the long line, you be like, okay, I'm about to read one of these tabloids. But definitely, um, everybody got and all these posts, it's a trending topic, so of course we read it. And all these posts about pray. Y'all was praying a decade before, Whitney, deceased and her demise. Um, and now we're doing the same thing. The idol, just something idle, just to reply as though you're doing action. Faith without works is dead, but then it also comes. Bobbi Kristina is gonna have to face the shattered mirror, as I speak about on the show, State of the Black Parent Blog Talk Radio. That does come on Mondays at 6 p.m. She's gonna have to face that shattered mirror. And that shattered mirror is people would talk about you, but you still have to do better for yourself. And it's so much. Um, a lot of us go through, um, esteem, dealing with the pressures of trying to please everybody. And with the 110 million album, she had people, I guess, kind of caring about, but then some people could be, they do something for you and then they think they get the right to do you something evil. Because they're a fan of yours or like your talent. Whew. It's a real trickery world. And let's go beyond the action. So many people is like, okay, everybody click in, jump up when it's Whitney Houston. But to the everyday youth in our community, if Bobbi Kristina wasn't Whitney Houston's daughter, would you be replying a prayer? Would you be giving a care? What action are we gonna take? What are we gonna do? Work on? We don't know the reason or any update of the reason for her being unresponsive. Okay, but of course, everyone is already assuming due to the previous of everything else what it is. Um, and it's you know, it, read the article on my blog spot. Welcome at www.welcoming WLCOMINGNES.blogspot.com. Definitely read it. You can reply with your Google Plus account. Reply hashtag state BP and hashtag BP now. Um, we'll definitely stay updated, but um, how you see stuff on the rag mags and in the tabloids and the media and so forth like that. But I did attend a concert, a conference that she was at, and to, you accept the fact of stuff, what it's gonna be. And I didn't see more than 5 years from that time. I did not. Um, the concert, her singing, it was good. But we know, she would have never started smoking. She would have never did drugs, or she would have stopped. Let's say it like that. She would have stopped as soon as she could. But it's like she was able to keep it undercover before Bobby, as was reportedly. Um, and then it was like when she got Bobby, it was like the media was. They was every week, every day. It was a new article. It was on every issue. It was the hottest thing. Um, so in our community, where do we come for our youth? That's someone parallel in the Bobbi Kristina situation that has lost their parents at a young age, that has had to live. It may be somebody just a big known person to whatever history within a local region or a local town or a local community that is going through similar. And so what and even the person, even if they're not celebrity, they're just a regular person, and they're going through such a stressful, combative, just let's extend time. Let's show our care. Let's go toward action. But the shattered mirror has to be faced with Bobbi Kristina herself. That's all to it. This world is cruel. Nobody's gonna baby her. Go sit down. Wait, hold up. No, nobody's gonna get there. And this is a cruel world. Um, and so it's gonna be her prerogative to face that shattered mirror. Um, and I think back, how, okay, should we be mad at the people that sold her the drugs also? Because it was like, okay, you knew her voice. If you love her so, this is what makes her legacy. I mean, Lena Horne, she got to live to be um, up to 90 years old. Etta James got to recover from her drug addiction, and she got to make it, so she still lived to tell after that story. And I would have loved to see that, and we know Fantasia was down that same route also. Um, not to say drugs, not say drugs, but with the suicide, the media, the money stolen, Fantasia was about down in that road too. And I really was like, okay, I had bought her book, I was all into her album, and I was really support, like, yeah, someone from the South. And you know, she made me like a song that I really don't like. I don't care who sung it. I really didn't like that song. She's the first person who made me like that song. That song is about 40 years old. I know it's old. I know that. And I can't stand that song, Summertime, but she made me like it. Um, and so definitely, it would have been nice to, it would have been a beyond blessing that, okay, we saw this, if Whitney was able to recover it before 50 years old or even after 50, and she was able to make it to 60 and 70, and she was able to definitely get herself to the person she was, get that voice that she had back from the 80s, the early 90s, that mid 90s point, that would have been, okay. Didn't I tell you go sit down? I told you go sit down. See, this is the state of the black parent here. Okay. So definitely, definitely review the archives. I'm sure you're gonna want to check out the show. I do have another video about the biopic. Um, it is cruel. It is cruel, but definitely the greatest love is that uh, she must definitely is within herself. And I'm like, anybody doing the narcotics with these people. Anybody that's not getting, this is the time if everybody want to be, and I hear these fans, and whether it's written, whether it's people in engagement in public or whatever, their vlogs or whatever. When I hear people like, oh, she was just a wonderful person, you shouldn't have said that, and it's like, okay, as a fan, and you still wanted her to be here and still have that perfect voice and stuff like that, no, and then, no, you don't need to be doing narcotics, okay? And it's hard, I spoke about, involuntary matter with me. Um, it is, it is a challenge, I'm sure it is to those that, but, she has to, as a fan, think today, ask yourself as you're watching this video, as a fan, what would you, if you had the private time to tell Whitney anything, no cameras, no media, you sitting in her house, or you just so happen to see her at the gas station pumping gas, and she still was here yesterday or 5, 7, 10, 15 years ago, what would you have said to her with what you see on the rag mags? And say it came to you and it became beyond obvious that she ain't gonna be here past 50. Take that into reality, because that's a wonderful. She is a great voice, but we got a 10-year warning. And with her daughter, we're still getting those warnings, and we would love to see her recover. But definitely, that energy that you just heard the last question. Take that energy. Her daughter is still here. Take that energy to her, and don't just take it to her because she's a celebrity, okay? Take it also, or it could be split up in between the teams. Take it to the other youth and young adults. And put that same energy that you would tell whatever to Bobbi Kristina. Take it to the same youth and young, everyday youth and young adults. That's a message that I have to say for the Bobbi Kristina. We don't know, maybe health exhaustion, because if we recall from the reality shows, she was exhausted. But we have to go beyond prayer. It is time beyond action, because y'all was praying 20 years before Whitney passed. And so we go from there as we stay up, as we have updated. I'm gonna still get my rest as I'm about to go do. But definitely, TTYL.